is up, YouTube for the franchise, guys? Starting this episode off with some quick manage of the postseason. Yes, we're gonna get into the games. We're just hopping into games of action. So if strength rolls right now, we're gonna quick manage up to elimination games. So if we sweep the Dodgers, we win two of the first five, and we're up 2-0, and we'll play game three and attempt to sweep to win. Um, if we end up playing that game and we lose, then we'll play game four, and so on and so forth. That's how we're gonna do the playoffs. That's how just how it makes sense to me. But look at Aaron go. I mean, oh boy, it just got real bad real quick. We are not the greatest at quick managing at all, as you can tell. We're gonna throw in Hector Neris right here, I believe. No, it didn't go in Victor Arano. Segura's up, bottom 8, pitching change, in comes Florio. And oh boy, this did not work out. Pitching change again. Gonna go to the left. No, let's go with Sir Anthony. Hit by pitch, caught stealing, single. Oof. Oh boy, that's not great. We're down by 1 now. And up comes Jay Bruce. I believe we're gonna hop in this game. We're just ending the game. Yeah, we're gonna enter the game. Hope to quick manage. Jay Bruce comes up swinging. It's going to bounce off the wall right there. So man on first. No outs. First pitch, from the new pitcher. I forget who the new pitcher is. But we're going to put Phil Gosselin in because we need someone who can run. Phil Gosselin right now is the only one on our bench who's going to, just tear it up on the base paths. Nick Williams going to single one past the diving first baseman right there. Gosselin's going to hold up at second. Throw would have got to try to advance. Roman Quinn's up next, going to pop this one to D. Oh, that should have bounced off the wall right there. Quinn's got some speed, so does everyone else. Quinn's going to be safe at third, doesn't matter. Williams does come around to score. Same with Phil Gosselin right there. And hey, we have rallied back. It took 4 pitches. 1 out does not matter, though. We do have the walk-off hit right here. Roman Quinn is our hero of game number 1. Look at this hit. Let's get the replay going on this Roman Quinn triple. Thought it was gone. Nope. They just misplayed it. That ball, rolled for a good 5 seconds before someone even picked it up. Gave plenty of time for Williams to come around third. Roman Quinn wasn't even phased. He literally went to third just to try and draw the throwaway, see if he can confuse the outfielders. Hopefully, and they think that, was the tying run, not the winning run going home. But Kingery got player of the game. Don't know how because, Roman Quinn ended up winning the game. But here we go. We're playing the Dodgers game 2. Hyun-Jin Ryu taking on Jake Arrieta for the Phillies. And David Boats gets the start today because he hits righties a lot, like lefties, a lot better than Jay Bruce does. Arrieta has allowed 1 run so far through 2 innings. Ryu allowed 2 so far. Back onto the mound. We're doing fairly okay, I guess. Yeah, we're doing fairly okay. But I'm super excited for this series so far. Season number 1's coming to an end. We'll have an episode for each round as long as it keeps playing and all that fun jazz. We'll have a whole off-season episode. Get into spring training, get a spring training episode in, then we'll go back into opening day for 2020. I'm super excited for this series. I'm super excited for what is going to go down and all the fun we're going to have with this series. Remember, guys, if you feel like it's going a little slow, it's because it's not just going to be a 1-game run. This is going to be played for multiple seasons, multiple seasons, multiple years. Years, not just like in-game years. I'm talking like literal years, like game cycle years. Like we'll be playing this game probably at least until MLB 2022. I mean, because you got 2019 cycle, you got 2020 cycle, 2021 cycle, and then by 2021 cycle comes through, we'll be looking probably to either start a new franchise or wrap it up in the next year's 2022 run. Depends just how quick we get through all this at some point. My main goal is to play through and finish Bryce Harper's contract. It's always been my main goal, is just to get through, finish Bryce Harper's career off, see where he ends up, see where all of, the Aaron Judges end up, where the Ronald Acuña's end up, where everyone ends up. You know what I mean? Because I don't even ever gotten really past the second season in a franchise, especially going to be the show franchise. I know I pulled up my old save from last year to see like what was going down, and guess what? We were in like the third season because we had simmed the entire second season. So, and I know a lot of people like to sim their seasons, the majority of their seasons, but I like to play a lot of games too. I know it kind of slows it down a little bit, but I like to try and play a game or two a month. It just keeps a lot of content coming, keeps a lot of that, so we don't just like run through it and then we're not just burning through everything. We're taking our time. We're 21 episodes in right now. We're in the playoffs, so I know some YouTubers are in the playoffs by episode like 12, but hey, it's my series. Just let me take my time with it. I love franchise. I love MLB The Show. It's like my favorite series ever. I've loved MLB The Show before I even had a PlayStation. I only got a PlayStation just to play MLB The Show. I had 2K as a kid growing up. 2K12, 2K13. I think I went to was it 2K14 or 15 was the last one. I know they had like Roy Halladay on the cover. They've had Longoria. They've had David Price. They've just had a bunch of people on the cover, and those are some fun games to play too. It's kind of what got me into. I think my first ever getting into YouTube was off of Joe Broadway from Sports Gaming Universe when he was playing 2K12 or 11, and he was the Giants. So that was like my first like main exposure to like professional YouTuber. One that kind of I don't really think of him as a professional YouTuber, but he was like the first kind of guy I watched regularly and did that. Then he had a twin series, he had a pirate series. That's what it was. He had a pirate series for MLB The Show, and he's a huge Twins homer. And I'm not disrespecting him at all when I say that, but he's a huge, huge, huge Twins fan. To the fact where he ended up with like half the Twins prospects on his team. This is when Aaron Hicks was a Twin still. He had Aaron Hicks. I think he had Byron Buxton. If he was around, I don't know. It was so long ago. I'm scratching my head trying to think about it. I don't know who he had, but I know he had Aaron Hicks. I think he had someone else from the Twins outfield, and then it was something. I think he had Charlie Manuel as his coach. I think Charlie Manuel left the Phillies and he signed him, but Charlie Manuel was like a C coach, and he put in like this. That's when the show, the credits, the stubs could affect the salary cap, not just your bank account. So he put in like when he put his game, he got like the 50,000 credits or something. So he put 50,000 credits into his franchise mode for his salary cap and gave the Pirates like I don't know what it was. It was an insane salary cap. It was like almost 300 million in salary cap, and he never came close to it. But he used it to sign players like Tim Lincecum and I think he had Michael Pineda. I don't know when Michael Pineda was still a thing. But you see right here, JT Realmuto starts off this game high out of the second hole. I mean, look at that. Just a two-run home run. No outs in the inning. Take a show track that one right now. 111.6, 17.8 degree launch angle. And look at that curve. That was just curved too. That was 430 feet. It's not the longest bomb of the season for the Phillies, but hey, it's still a good bomb. Hoskins up now. He's a strikeout swing at the dirty pitch by Bueller. So Bueller, rebounding fairly well after laying up that home run. Take a look at the Dodgers lineup. You got Toes, Turner, and Seager, followed by Bellinger, Peterson, Muncy, and Taylor, someone else, and Bueller. I believe that's the catcher, Austin Barnes, if he's the catcher. Barnes or Russell Martin. So Eflin on the mound, 32 starts, he's 17.6, 3.08 ERA. Not a bad season at all for Zach Eflin. He is a dark horse Cy Young candidate. I can see him definitely squeaking out like 22 wins somehow, like 22 wins. But, I have some big plans, for this pitching rotation, and I'm not entirely sure if Eflin's part of it. You say that and you're like, well, how can you give a 17-win pitcher? And to you, I say it's simple. It's the same way I can look to trade away Nick Williams. I mean, Nick Williams just went deep right here in this playoff game. Gives the Phillies a 3-0 lead in game number 3 of the NLDS. But do we have room for Nick Williams in our outfield? I mean, yeah, I think we trade for Jordan Alvarez, or not Jordan Alvarez. My apologies to Mr. Alvarez. We have Adam Hazley, who for some reason isn't part of this postseason roster. I don't understand MLB The Show's roster mechanics one bit. It is frustrating that I have a 24-man roster because McCutchen got hurt before, I guess right after the call up, so it wouldn't. I don't know. It was dumb. I didn't like it one bit, but just move past from that right now. Not the point. But you gotta think of players we have for our outfield prospect wise. We have Jordan Alvarez, who will definitely be taking over right field from Jay Bruce after next season because he is on a 2-year contract. So Jay Bruce will just keep him around, let Alvarez develop a little more in the minors. So just no reason to rush, a 22-year-old outfielder. Let him come up at 23 and he'll be fine. I mean, you have Mickey Moniak. I mean, is he gonna pan out at all? He is he something that we are gonna sit around and wait for to pan out? I mean, we can put Bryce Harper back in the outfield. I know he's playing third base right now, but we have Alec Baum. Alec Baum, is a third base prospect for the Phillies, former first round draft pick. But it all depends really, I think, on what we're gonna do with other pieces. I have my whole game plan. I have my whole vision on how I want to do everything. I have my whole lineup for the future thought up already. And, with that, I think, the jury's out for a lot of players. One of them being Zach Eflin, Nick Williams. Look at that cannon right there by Roman Quinn. Like, geez, even Roman Quinn, though, he's a player that could possibly on the chopping block because you got to think we have Kyler Murray. If Kyler Murray can pan out and he's not going to have the speed Roman Quinn does, but he's younger, he's going to be more cost effective. And if we just need a fourth outfielder, why not use Kyler Murray? Tim Tebow, he's not going to be our fourth outfielder. No can do there, champ. But who knows what we're going to do. There's a lot of, you think of what free agency what we can do. What if we pick up a guy in free agency who just mashes righties, but can't hit lefties? Looks like a Jock Peterson. I mean, we're not there yet. So we haven't signed Jock Peterson. I'll tell you that. Jock Peterson is not on our team. Okay, so we're not that far ahead. I promise you. But what if we sign someone like that, just hypothetically, where they can murder righties, but they can't hit lefties to save their life? Like, just can't hit lefties. So what do we do? Do we get an outfielder that can only hit lefties and we just platoon them? Like it ain't. Just keep Andrew McCutcheon around. Maybe keep him around as our fourth outfielder and just kind of platoon the two of them and left. I mean, that's also a possibility. There's so many possibilities we could do right now with how everything works. I know Jay Bruce. I like Jay Bruce, but he's not gonna come back after his contract's up. I'm sorry, Jay. Please don't listen to this. In case you're wondering, in game, I think his value and his regression will just catch up to him, and it'll be too extreme for what we're gonna be getting from him. I mean, he's would at that point either be a fifth outfielder, a backup first baseman, a lefty power bat off the bench. But I feel like with Jock Peterson or someone like that who is just a lefty power bat who just can't hit lefties, I feel like that would help us a lot. You give us don't play against lefties, but you have, a killer pinch hitter to come off the bench, late in the games against righties. Because most closers, unless you're the Pirates, have a righty closer. And having someone like Jock Pearson up who can easily change the tides of the game is gonna sway the game certain ways. Or maybe we look to make a huge, massive trade and go after someone like Joey Gallo. Joey Gallo has a huge bat on him. He's not the best average guy, but throw him in our 4 hole, throw him in our 5 hole, and we'll just have him hit home runs all day. Is he really a left fielder? Probably not. He's more of a first baseman, I'd say. Maybe a third baseman if you want to stretch it. And being a hot corner guy. But hey, the Rangers have been using him in center field, and he's been very effective in center field. I think he leads the American League still in walks. Last time I saw, he was leading the league in walks. So who knows? Maybe we have so many options we can do with this franchise. That's why I like MLB the Show, because one player just makes your team so much more different. Because Bryce Harper's a game changer. We trade Bryce Harper, we instantly lose a huge cog of our offense. That if we have Bryce Harper, but then we trade away Rhys Hoskins, that's a huge cog gone too. Because Rhys Hoskins is a 40 home run hitter for us. So you have Bryce Harper. Like, why would we trade away that much production? Jay Bruce, on the other hand, he's got a big contract, sure, but he's a 20 home run guy. 20 home run. RBIs might not be there, but hey, let's not worry about the RBI total. That has nothing to do with him. That just, if put it this way, if we pinch hit him, our pitcher spots up, first to relive him, we pinch hit for Jay Bruce. Guess what? No one's gonna be on base. He hits a single. Guess what? His average goes up. He doesn't get an RBI. Or if we pinch him with 2 outs left in the inning, because the 7-8-9 guys 7-8 go down in order, and they just put Jay Bruce in and he hits a single or hits a home run. He only gets 1 RBI off that. So I think an RBI is just a stat we don't really need to track for Jay Bruce, because I don't think it really matters, especially if he's going to be, I don't know. I think he bats in a spot where he's either going to get them or he's not. But Harper though, making his game interesting, should have had an any double play right there. But, not sorry, not any inning, just a double play right there. But throws it away to second. And it's not worked. Pulled to second baseman off the bag. Alvarez comes up clutch. Gets the strikeout. Back-to-back strikeouts for Alvarez. So he's clutched it up right now so far. So Alvarez is bailing out Harper. In comes Joe Kelly, World Series MVP pretty much. And him will come the 30-year-old Phil Gosselin. Yep. Phil Gosselin is the guy we're going to go with. Think of, oh, well, we have Ichiro, we have all these guys that can go on our team. We're going to go with Phil Gosselin. You have to forget we have Ichiro on our team, because I don't think we ever use him. I don't think we've used him since, like, the first couple episodes. But he's doing well, I guess. He's still on the team, hasn't been demoted yet or anything. He's, getting a couple extra hits, a couple extra home runs, padding the stats ever so slightly. But Hector Neris, let's go walk right here. Not we want to Austin Barnes, the catcher, second baseman hybrid. He's like JT Realmuto, but less effective. Yeah, that's what JT says about his knees. Why his knees are always so good because he started off as a second base when he got drafted, and then switched him to catcher because they say, hey, you'll get a better shot, making the majors if you're a catcher. His knees weren't as bad because he hadn't been catching since he was 12, 13 years old. He had been a second baseman his entire life, and it saved a lot of wear and tear in his knees. But nothing will come from that 2-out rally. Then will come Yimi Garcia. You know, 1 game, 9 ERA, 1 inning pitched. Lefties are batting 1,000 off him. So good to know. But Segura, not the lefty though, but he is going to get a double into the gap right here off Garcia to start the inning off. So that's what we like to see from our leadoff man. And followed up by JT Realmuto, gonna dribble that one down the first base, right field foul line. Gonna trade places with Segura. He gets double, and Segura comes around to score, gives the Phillies a 3-run lead in the top of the 8th inning right now. And Bryce Harper, comes up and delivers probably the ceiling blow right now. A 2-run home run, his second home run of the game. That's what that means. The second home run of the game. I think that's what it is. Second home run of the game or the second home run of the postseason. One of the I don't know what that two means. I always forget what it means. I think it means of the game. But look at that. Stops and stares. Yep. How far high that one up was, I would stop and stare at it too. But it will come Dylan Floro. Not bad at all. 1 game, 1 strikeout, no ERA, 1 inning pitched. Lefties are batting 1,000, righters are batting 333. Well, the righty Rhys Hoskins comes up, and he's going to line a single right in front of the left fielder right here. He's going to cruise into first base, hold it up right there. He's not going to make it second, I promise you that. But need anything more this inning? Hopefully we get something more this inning. Nope, in will come Cole Irvin. Cole Irvin, the lefty. I mean, we don't have many lefties in our bullpen. Kind of sealed it. I realized that a little late, not right. But we will use him against Corey Seager. He will get the strikeout. Seager, unimpressed right there, but that look. Cody Bellinger up right now. Bellinger going to line to Bryce Harper. Harper going to fire onto first base, but that is not going to be in time. The call is safe, and look at that, Gabe Kapler putting up his hands like you already know what we're gonna do. Look at this, another look, and oh, looks like we beat him by half a step. He is on the down low when Hoskins have it. His foot's coming down. I get it. It's gonna be a little confusing, but yeah, come on, Gabe. Come on, Gabe. Bring this team to victory. The umpires see that we're challenging this call right here. The call is originally safe at first. We're going to hopefully get overturned to out at first. Got to get Bryce Harper that infield assist. Look at that. I believe, I mean, Hoskins is in the way of that shot right there, but I'm pretty sure he's safe right there. I'm sorry, he's out. He is not safe, but they have done talking, and he is ruled out, and Dodgers fans are not happy right now. They just overturned a crucial player there. Dave Roberts not happy at all either. But it'll come Kenley Jansen in 1 game. He has 1 innings pitched and 2 strikeouts. So way to go, Kenley. I don't believe we faced him at all so far this series. So I think that's the wild card game. He might have gone up against someone and struck out 2 people. But Kingery goes down swinging right there. Start the 9th inning off. And it'll come Ichiro Suzuki, the 45-year-old Aces wonder. The Japanese phenom looking for his first and only World Series ring. Going to pop it up against Kenley Jansen to end the top of the 9th right now for the Phillies. So Phillies have a 5-run lead going into the bottom of the 9th, and will come Seranthony Dominguez. Not a safe situation, but we need to get him somewhere. We can't just not have him pitch, especially after that rough outing in Game 1. We need to show him that we trust him, that he can come out here and just work on some things, get past the first round of the playoffs. But start that off, the single, not what you want to see. Strikes out batter right here, Austin Barnes for the second out of the game. or of the inning, I should say. You know, Dodgers down to their second strike and second out, 1 out left. Dodgers down to their final out. It'll come Kike Hernandez. Kike, I love a story Kike told once on Instagram. It's hilarious. Don't have time to get into it right now. But Kike is going to get a bloop right there to land in front of the right fielder. So not good to see there. Maybe if we had like a Bryce Harper in right, that would have been caught. Opposed to Jay Bruce. But next batter pulls one to left field. Williams on the run, and the Philadelphia Phillies are moving on to the NLCS. JT tackles Sir Anthony. Look at that. In his first season in Philly, Bryce Harper and JT Realmuto, not only make the playoffs, they beat they went out of the NLDS. They beat the Dodgers of all teams. They had been to the World Series the previous 2 seasons. And look at all these Phillies players celebrate. Look how happy they are. No one expected this from Philly. No one expected Philly to be this good. Like, sure, there we acquired a bunch of talent, but like, what does that mean? In the long run. Harper, he did have 2 home runs in the game actually. So yeah, that two was correct. He had 2 home runs. Everyone's congratulating Cole Irvin, Evan Gattis. They're all there, giving him pats on the back. But if you guys watch this episode, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. It means a ton to me when you guys do show all the support to my series. It means I should definitely keep doing it. YouTube is something I love. YouTube is something I want to go pro at. But taking this game, Bryce Harper 3 for 4, JT 2 for 4, Williams 1 for 4, and Segura 2 for 4. But until next time, YouTube, peace out, rock on, stay classy, and don't swing at balls outside the strike zone.